Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So we've got the iPhone Air in the studio, sky blue, 256 gigs. This thing is so thin, it feels like it's fake. Insane phone. So not to give too much away from my initial impressions video, but I can safely say that battery life is not this phone's strong suit, given that it is so freaking thin. So what I've got for you guys today are two competing battery packs that will help the iPhone Air get through a major day. We've got, of course, the iPhone Air Battery Pack, which is specific to the iPhone Air. This battery pack doesn't work for any of the other new iPhones. I'll be testing on my Pro Max just to make sure though. And we've got the Anker Nano Power Bank. Now, I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm very excited to try both of these. And some quick specs. So the iPhone Air battery has a 3149 milliamp hour cell in it, which is identical to the iPhone Air, so basically doubles the iPhone Air's battery life. And with the iPhone Air battery pack, it charges at 12 watts through MagSafe, so keep that in mind. Now moving on to the Anker Power Bank. So this has a 5000 milliamp hour cell in it, so immediately much bigger than Apple's own MagSafe battery pack. And this one does charge at 15 watts wirelessly. So this is already looking like the better one on paper. Price for this one, 100 bucks. Price for this one, it's currently on sale. I got it for 45. Not a sponsored video. I'm completely impartial. I just want the best battery for my phone, that's all. All right, so let's go ahead and get a quick unboxing for you guys. Here is the box of the iPhone Air battery. Traditional Apple stuff, you already know. We got our little pull tab. And we will open it up. It slides out. There we go. So it is nicely presented there. It's got its own like little sleeve. This is a very, very thin battery. Hence why they only made it for the iPhone Air. We've got our safety and handling information. Nothing else in the box, you guys, just the battery pack. Let's go ahead and get this guy opened up. Never get tired of that, that's always fun. All right, so here is the pack. It is a nice kind of like matte white, little bit of a almost rubbery texture to it. It's very nice, very pleasing to hold on to. And of course, its flagship feature, it is very, very thin, as you guys can see. On this side, you can't really see the MagSafe magnets in there. They blend in. We've got some regulation information along the bottom. And then, of course, we've got the USB-C port for charging at the very bottom. So let's go ahead and put it on the iPhone Air. Goes on very satisfyingly. So there it is from the side. You can see just how much thickness this adds to a very, very thin phone. There it is from the top. Other side, we'll catch this angle for you. So it does extend a bit past the camera, as you guys can see. And then on the bottom there, it is just about flush with the bottom of the phone. So looking pretty good. For a first party product, this is working very, very well, as you can see. And it is pretty comfy to hold. So because it is a little bit thinner than the sides of the phone, it gives you a little something to hold on to. It's very nice holding onto the phone this way. This is a very nice battery pack. And going into our battery settings here, we can see the battery pack, although it has no charge out of the box. So that is unfortunate. Otherwise it would be charging the phone, but I guess I will have to go ahead and get that juiced up. But there is Apple's MagSafe battery pack for the iPhone Air specifically. So let's take that off. And I just want to make absolutely sure it does not work with my 17 Pro Max over here. Let's go ahead and put it on. This is a big phone. You would hope that a battery pack made by Apple would fit multiple devices. And it is not sticking at all. Let me verify that I'm not charging. I am not charging. But if I twist it to the side, it doesn't have a charge, obviously, but it would work if it was sideways. But this is not a convenient way to hold a phone and a battery pack. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say this does not work with any of the new iPhone 17 models, which is definitely an interesting design decision that I will be talking about in another video. So there is Apple's version for you. And then I do want to take a look at the Anker Nano Power Bank. So again, this one has a much higher capacity and actually charges faster than Apple's own power bank. So I've got high hopes for this one, especially given that it is half the price. Here we go. Okay, kind of did that upside down. That's okay. All right, here is our power bank, packaged very similarly to how Apple did theirs this year. That is pretty funny. As for what else is in here, let's take a look. Here's some stuff rustling around. Okay, so it does come with a charging cable. That is very nice. Apple did not include this. So we've got USB-C to USB-C. And if I shake the box here, we've got just our little regulation information, our support documents, our warranty, what have you. Nothing else in the box. All right, so let's go ahead and open up Anker's version. Oh, I did not do this as cleanly for you guys. I am so sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and rip it. So there we go. You can see that it is Qi 2 certified, and it does give us 15 watts of wireless charging, as I stated earlier. You can see the MagSafe magnets there. Flipping it over to the side, we've got nice little metal sides in silver. That is very, very nice. We've got a charging button there, which lets you check the status, which is shown on the bottom with 4 LEDs. USB-C port for charging, of course. And now the moment you guys have been waiting for, let's compare the two of these side by side. Here we go. So the Anker Nano is significantly shorter than Apple's version. Height difference is huge. So again, this battery does have more capacity than Apple's by quite a large margin, but it's very impressive to me that they are almost the same thickness, but Apple's version is still a lot taller. That is very, very impressive. Here they are from the back there, you guys. And this is just as comfy to hold in the hand as Apple's version. It's a little less soft due to the metal rail, but this will be nice for durability, and it just gives you something cool to look at. And I think it will coordinate pretty well with my iPhone Air in sky blue. So let's go ahead and put it on the phone and see where it sits. Okay, so it comfortably sits right here along pretty much the bottom of the phone, which is a great spot because it gives you something nice to hold onto. There you go. And you still have plenty of space underneath the camera plateau, which is not bad at all. We can see that it is charging the phone. I don't believe this can show in the battery widget because it is a third-party accessory, and Apple keeps that kind of ability for their own devices. So you're not going to see it in your little battery widget, but it is charging the phone quite nicely. You can see the little status indicator light on the bottom there. And the phone is very, very comfy to hold with this battery pack. Doesn't add too much bulk, which is fantastic. Let me show you guys all the different sides here. There is the bottom. More compact, a little bit thicker, but not by a whole lot, you guys. There really just isn't much of a difference between these two, other than the charging speed and the capacity, of which Anker is beating Apple, not gonna lie. All right, so we gotta do it. We gotta try it on my 17 Pro Max, and of course, I'm sure we will have no issue at all. There we go. There it is, sitting perfectly flush on the back of the phone. We are charging, as you guys can see there. Now this begs the question, what was Apple thinking when they were designing the battery pack? Because this one is a little bit shorter. It works on my 17 Pro Max, unlike Apple's version. It charges faster. It's got a higher capacity. This seems like the better buy, and it's half the price. You guys tell me. So there we have it, you guys. Just a quick comparison between two very popular choices when it comes to juicing up your iPhone Air or iPhone 17 models in general. Now, personally, I am feeling Anker's version a little bit more. I do like how stylish it is with the silver rim around the sides. And of course, the fact that it fits both the Air and the 17 Pro Max is a huge, huge plus. Apple's version does not do that. I don't like that very much. And I wanna hear from you. Did you pick up a power bank for your iPhone Air or iPhone 17 model? Did you go with Apple's version? Did you go third party? Let me know, I wanna hear from you. And if this is the first video you've seen from me, go ahead and drop a like and even consider subscribing, as it does help me out an absolute ton. I'm Dan, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day.